This year's midterm elections are a significant one for the LGBT plus community. This year's field carries more LGBT plus candidates and allies than ever before in the history of the United States. Sydney Holliday and Nicholas Rosmiller of SAFE gave their thoughts and feelings about the impact of this year's election on the LGBT plus community.
This election means to me a time for change. I believe that if the LGBT community can rise up and vote and all come together, that we could really make a change in our government for the better that can benefit us.
It's a really big deal to me. I feel like regarding LGBTQ issues, there's been a lot of pushback on the progress that we've made. And I feel like for me, as an LGBT individual, this election is huge for me to give our community a voice, especially within Congress.
While President Trump has previously stated support for the LGBT plus community, recent comments in regards to Title IX and military involvement for transsexual people has caused concerns to rise. Due to the nebulous wording of Title IX and the rights that it protects, the legislation has always been controversial in regards to transsexuals. By using the word sex, many lawmakers debate whether this includes gender as well. The Trump administration has made its stance clear through memos in the past that they would change the policy to clarify this as biological sex. The original memo in question was written by Roger Severino, Director of the Office for Civil Rights at the Department of Health and Human Services. In addition to Title IX changes, the Trump administration has suggested a ban on all military members who are transsexual. As a result, members of the community have shown low approval of the president and the Republican Party as a whole.
I think it's a little controversial, because in the past, I remember in the 2016 election, there were, the Facebook politics where people would say, no, he does support the LGBT community, and he would say, like, I can have the LGBT voters, but I have not seen through his administration that he is doing anything to move us forward so far. I'd like to see that if he does really support us.
For the elections in our district, Republican Keith Rothfuss has historically voted against LGBT plus rights. Voting for the State Marriage Defense Act and the Marriage and Religious Freedom Act, which both target the ideas of same-sex marriage in a negative way, Rothfuss's record with legislation has shown a clear bias against these communities. Democratic candidate Connor Lamb, while not running on the platform of protecting LGBT plus rights, has shown his support for these communities in the past. Endorsed by the Human Rights Campaign, Lamb has also shown his support by attending various pride events around our area.
The biggest thing is just vote. Just vote. I don't need everybody to be waving around a rainbow flag, you know what I mean, to know that you support the community. You just need to get out there and vote, you know what I mean?
For SCJ Election Night, I'm Garret Roberts.